Imagine you're on a plane with your family, close friends, and personal items with you. Imagine the day before you've been fired from your job, and now you're moving cities to get better opportunities in a new one. And now imagine that this plane crashes. Everyone dies besides you. You've lost everyone and you've lost everything in the space of 2 days. How would you feel? How would you react? This situation is similar to the one of Zeno of Cyprus, the founder and one of the key figures of Stoicism. After losing everything, he studied Socrates' philosophy and then started teaching his own students. Another big name of this philosophy is Marcus Aurelius, Roman emperor, very well known for his meditations. We can also talk about Seneca and Epictetus, both very well-known thinkers of this philosophy that preached moderation, living in the present moment. Stoics preached self-improvement through 4 cardinal virtues: practical wisdom, temperance, justice, and courage. Practical wisdom is the ability to navigate complex situations in a logical and calm manner. Temperance is the exercise of self-restraint and moderation in your life. Justice is treating others with fairness even when they've done wrong. Courage is facing daily challenges with clarity and integrity. Sometimes just living is an act of courage. Now, what are the practical applications of their teachings you can apply in your life to get better mental health, as I did? First of all, is that we need to make our happiness depend on things we can control instead of things we can't. The truth is, the only thing we can control in our life is ourselves, our thoughts, our actions, what we believe. And that's what we need to focus on. And there are many ways to do this. First of all, is focusing on when you set goals, focusing on the action you have to take and not the result. Now, of course, you still want to set a goal based on the result. So let's say you want to study and you want to get the top grade. Now, what you should really focus on is setting, a goal for studying 10 hours. Because then this is much more measurable and depends on you and not on outside circumstances. Maybe the person correcting your exam just isn't in a good mood. So this works basically for everything. If you're working on a business, for example, you can set a monetary goal, like I want to make $2,000 a month by the end of the year. But now, it will make more sense if the goal you set is actually, I want to work in the business 10, 20, 30 hours a week until the end of the year. Because that you can control and not the actual result. In this way, we'll be happier and more proud of ourselves. The second way of doing this is through gratitude and forcing positive thoughts. Basically, our brain generates thoughts automatically, but you can actually force some thoughts in it. That's the practice of gratitude, and especially gratitude journaling. So basically, every morning, every day, every night, whatever it is best for you, you just try to think of a few things. You try to think of a few things you're grateful for. If I stop right now, I can say, I'm grateful for this pen that my girlfriend gave it to me. I'm grateful for this book that I'm used to write. I'm grateful for the phone I'm using to record. I'm grateful for this desk, for the plants outside of my apartment, for this computer. There are many, many things you can be grateful for. And you just have to force your brain to think about it. And the same thing is with positive thoughts. If you think of your life right now, maybe your thoughts are only negative. They are pushing you down. But you can force positive thoughts. There is for sure one thing you've done that is positive in the last few days. Force your brain to think about it. Force your brain to be grateful, to be proud of yourself. And if there is absolutely nothing for you to be proud about, pause this video, do 5 push-ups, and come back. Now force your brain to be proud of the action you just took. That is really important. And it's really crazy how we can actually force our brain to think some things. And the craziest part is that if you start doing this daily, consistently, you'll start to naturally get these thoughts. Naturally, you get thoughts of gratitude. You naturally be proud of yourself. So forcing these thoughts in is really, really, really important and an action step you can take right now. It's great. This also comes back to the Stoic principle of we can only control how we react to situations and not the situations themselves. And so for this, I'd say, let's say how we look at failures, right? Most people view failures very negatively. They think as themselves as a failure after failing something. But what you can do, because you can control our thoughts, is take the failure as an opportunity to grow and I see it almost as a positive thing. Think, I want to fail because I want to grow. Let's say with a grade. Maybe you got a poor grade in a test, even though you studied for so long. That means there is a mistake somewhere. And instead of beating yourself down because of it, use it as a way to grow. What was my mistake? Oh, I didn't study this specific way or this specific thing. So for the next exam, I'm going to be better prepared. That's how we change how we see things and the events that happen. This is also tied to the second point, which is stepping out of your comfort zone. Basically, when you actually step out of your comfort zone, you expand the range of things you can naturally do. So this will allow you to have thoughts of gratitude and being proud. If you take a cold shower, if you cold approach someone on the street, if you go exercise even though you don't normally do it, if you clean your diet, if you do a fast, these things will make you grow as a person, which is tied to the self-improvement of the 4 cardinal virtues we talked about earlier. But it will also allow you to have positive thoughts of yourself because you're growing as a person. And basically, we can change our habits because our actions depend on us to make it easier for our brain to have positive thoughts. Doing good habits, exercising, meditating, eating clean, going to sleep at a consistent time, all of these are opportunities for our brain to be proud of ourselves and so have better thoughts and thus be happier. And the third point is negative visualizations. So that's actually a really interesting point. So the idea is visualize a situation where everything goes wrong, basically, before something. So maybe let's do an exercise and close your eyes and think with me. Think of someone you really love. You're really attached to them. Think of the last time you saw them, the last time you saw their smile, their laugh. the last time they talked to you, they touched you, they hugged you. Think about them. Feel the positive emotions build up inside of you. Now, what would happen if they died? Think about it. Think of your daily life without this person. Think how you'll never hear them again, you'll never hug them again, you'll never see that smile again. You'll never hear their jokes anymore. You'll never have conversations with them anymore. They're dead forever. So many things left unsaid. Feel the panic, the anger, the sadness, all of these negative feelings building up inside of you. You can open your eyes. This has a double objective. The first one is preparing yourself for a negative situation. What Stoic people preach is that when something bad happens, it's the unexpectedness of the situation that is harder for us to deal with. So don't make it unexpected. Prepare yourself. But what I think is the most important part of this negative visualization is that you imagine that person dying, but now you can open your eyes from this nightmare and realize they're here, and you can feel this relief, this gratitude for them, for their life. It's so powerful because it can make you so much more grateful about things that we take for granted. Your mom cooking you food, your friend at school, your girlfriend, boyfriend. We take these things for granted because we have them. But something could happen. They could die tomorrow, today. So we need to be grateful for them now. And this exercise really, really helps. And in case something bad happens, Stoics preach that we always have inside of us a virtue, a force that can help us go through it. This is a very interesting philosophy, and everything isn't necessarily applicable. So they also believed in destiny, for example. Everything is destined to be the way it will be, and there is absolutely no reason for us to try to go against it. Everything follows a cause and effect, and we can't change the world. We can change our expectations of the world. Now, I think that this might be a little bit destructive. It might lead to passivity, oh, I can't change my situation, I can't change the world, it's destiny, I'm destined for this, for that, and that doesn't help us grow. But I think it's really, really interesting, and taking what's useful and discarding what's not is the best thing you can do. Now, if you found value in this, I actually have a full course on mental health and becoming happier, where I go over all the philosophical aspects of mental health, as well as the psychological and scientific research and the habits and practical applications we can have. So if that interests you, you can check out the link in the description. Thank you for watching, and see you soon.